The gentle giant of entertainment, Ricky May, the man with a big personality, a big smile, and a big heart to match his big frame, died shortly after coming off stage here in Sydney. No doubt after giving another of those performances as only Ricky could give. Ricky, who took out Australian citizenship only this year, it was his bicentennial gift from a Maori kid, he said, came over from New Zealand in the early 1960s. Australians took him to their hearts almost straight away, and in no time he'd established himself on shows like Bandstand. Now here's Ricky, 1964 vintage.
And without any further ado, I'd like to introduce the man of the day, Mr. Ricky May. Come on, let's see.
I go the mountain from a little hill. Gonna build me a mountain, least I hope I will. Gonna build a mountain, gonna build it high. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, hope they know I'm gonna try.
That was Ricky at the age of about 20. Here's Ricky 4 years later, in 1968. He was a regular on the Don Lane show in those days, again coming out of this very studio. Have a look at this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ricky May.
Yeah. Jeff, a C if you please. A G if you please. When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go, yep, downtown. People around, all the crowd and a flurry seem to help, I know, yep, downtown. Very good, fellas. All right. But listen to the murmur of the gentle bossa nova. Hey, 'cause you'll be dancing with them soon before the night is over. Happy again, shoo-doo. Well, the lights are much brighter there. You can't forget I got troubles, forget I got cancer, go. Downtown things will be great when you're downtown, no kind of place for sure. Downtown, everything's waiting for you, boy.
Ricky May, 1968. Now, he said, we didn't see you on camera, Jeff, but he said, Jeff, that's when you got to know him first, I guess, in those days.
That would have been about that time, yes. He was a regular with us. We even in those early days, he was just full of life.
Were you shocked this morning when you heard the news?
Shocked. It was terribly sad it happened.
Yes.
I heard about it at 4 o'clock this morning with the Today Show rang. Shocked is not quite the word. I mean, Ricky was, when we were in Perth just 2 weeks ago, he's huge, you know. I think everybody thought, you know, heavens above. I think everybody said, you know, you really, Rick, come on, take it easy. But I mean, that's the way he was. Terribly, terribly sad, but not really shocked, I think. It says in the paper, he got a standing ovation last night. Now, I can imagine. I mean, Ricky May could never do a small song. He could never just, even with us, he could never just come in here and do a chorus or something. It was always, had to do, rush into the audience here, or I'll jump up with the band. Now, what we'll do was all like that. Now, we're on a live performance where he's got almost unlimited time, and everybody loving him, he would carry on and on and on and on. And I mean, if he was a fit athlete, he'd be hanging on for grim death. As it was, a man that's overweight and pushing himself to that extent. No, I wasn't.
Someone said to me this morning that Ricky would be saying now, hang on, don't get maudlin, as I said, don't get upset, don't cry. It was great fun. And hang on, man, I finished the gig, didn't I? I didn't die on stage,
right, exactly,
I finished the gig.
Yes. That's right, that's right.
Which would have been Ricky. What do you think of, if someone says Ricky May, what's the image that you conjure of him?
Just sheer happiness. Just everything he touched, he was happy. If he came in here of a morning at 9 o'clock when we're all a bit liverish here, I think that's fair to say, Ricky would bounce in, he'd be happy. And the other thing, I suppose, which is most important, that he would go anywhere, at any time, at any cost to himself, just to help the kids. Yeah. Any charity, no problem at all. And not only the big charities, not the ones in Perth, but little ones, the Tupney Halfpenny Infant School up the road that said, would you, he couldn't say no, could not say no. He would be in there and doing his bit. I think my biggest memory would be the tremendous happiness that he generated. Yeah. A marvellous way to go, by the way, to spend his whole life making people happy. Fantastic.
Yes. My image is of fun, as you say, always a smile, the big arm around the shoulder, and always perspiring. It was even just one song, a bit of a warm-up.
Moving about 20 stone everywhere he went. I mean, gosh.
Oh, no, a marvellous man. Let's take a look. We had him regularly on the program, and we couldn't get him enough. Let's have a look at some of our musical memories, the fun Ricky generated on this particular show.
Hello, Raymond. Well, hello, Raymond. Gee, it's nice to have you back where you belong.
You're looking terrific, Ricky. I can tell, Ricky. You're still growing. You're not supposed to be.
Hold on, how did you get that line? Shall we move? Well, since my baby left me, found a new place to dwell. Down at the end of Only Street at Heartbreak Hotel. It's lonely, baby. It's lonely, baby. Lonely you could die. Do-da-da-do-da. Man, that cat is high. Let's go. Pretty, pretty is high. Pretty, pretty is high. Oh, many, pretty is high. Oh, many, oh, many. Oh, many, pretty is high. Oh, many, pretty is high. Oh, many, pretty is high. Really, 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 really is high. Ladies, let me Billy Jones.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Ricky May. I guess that what we saw there just briefly is that 44 years is much, much too young for a great bloke like him. But nevertheless, it was a lifetime and a half he fitted in the 44 years, wasn't it?
Every minute of every day. That was Jamie Rigg, who was his pianist for many a year, who must be just be heartbroken. That'd be terrible for him. If I could just say, we had an arrangement done for Ricky of the loveliest song in the world, right? Which took me like 3 months to get a key out of him. Now, if anybody wants to buy it, it's available. It's as easy as that.
Yeah, that therefore. It was, they are great memories, and we are certainly going to miss him. Jeffrey and the band, and all these guys who worked with him regularly. Our thoughts go out to Ricky's family today, to his wife Colleen and daughter Shani. Let's go to a break with a final clip of Ricky, a song that really summed up the man and I guess his attitude to life. Have a look at this.
The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying that I love